Okay, so to review, a lot of you told me you did not do your work because you didn't understand it. Y'all know that's not okay with me. That does not fly. If you don't get your work, what are you supposed to do? Ask a question or even send me a text and say, can you help me start this one? And I would have said absolutely, and I would have started it for you and sent you the video. Okay, number 7. Does everybody agree we should start with the top equation? All right, I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see really good, and I'm gonna use different colors. The top equation says y equals. So as long as something is by itself, that's the one you're supposed to start with, right? Okay, so where can I go put this negative 7x minus 3? There you go, in for y. So instead of a y down here, I'm going to write 5x plus 4, and I am putting in negative 7x minus 3. Everybody okay with that first step? All right, now think about PEMDAS. What do you do first? Parentheses, so you should have distributed. Good, Sean. So Sean, did you get negative 28x minus 12? Good job, babe. My people at home, are y'all okay with that second step right there?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just reviewing. Y'all don't have to do it with me unless you want to, but there is one like this on your test. So make sure you're okay with this. What do you do next? Good, good. Draw your ball, and I heard combine the x's. Now, y'all look, they have different signs. So what are you supposed to do with them? Subtract. What's 28? Take away 5. Good, 23. And it should be negative because 28 is bigger, right? Okay. So negative 23x minus 12 equals negative 35. Cover your x. What do I move? Very good. You add 12. Okay. Y'all talking about some you needed help. Y'all are doing good. All right. Different signs. So again, you got to do what over here? Subtract. What's 35? Take away 12. Good. It's 23, and it is negative because 35 was bigger. So you've got negative 23x equals negative 23. When you divide by negative 23 to get x by itself, what did y'all get for x? What's negative 23 divided by negative 23? There we go. Positive 1. Remember, I know you got it. You did good. Remember my suggestion from yesterday? I said draw an arrow where you start, because now where do I have to go put the 1? Back where you started. Good. So I heard several people say you put it up here. So y equals negative 7. What am I putting in for the x? 1 minus 3. What's negative 7 times 1? What's negative 7 minus 3? What? Negative 10. Good. They're the same sign, so you should add them. Same sign. Add them. There we go. So y should have been a negative 10. So your final answer is 1 comma negative 10. Did you mess up the sign? Oh, no. Sorry. I saw where you got the 1. Do we feel okay with number 7? If you're like, okay, I kind of get it, but I need more practice or I need a little more help, you need to come to tutoring. If you feel good on 7 and you just struggled a little bit on 5, that's okay, because we actually haven't done one like 5 yet. So I wanted you to try 5. So my people at home, if you want to write this one, that maybe would be smart. Everybody looking on 5. Number 5 starts off like our example 2 from yesterday. So look at number 5. Is anything by itself yet? It does not say x equals or y equals, but which one of those doesn't have a number in front? The first one and the x, right? Curtis, are you paying attention, babe? Okay, I want y'all to look at this. We're going to start with the top one. How would I get that x by itself? How would I move that 3y over? Subtract. Good, Rodney. Subtract the 3y over. Everybody, look, this is where y'all struggled yesterday. And when you asked me for help on this part, I was like, y'all, you know how to solve for x. That would mean x equals negative 3 minus 3y, right? Is anybody confused about that part, getting x by itself? Are y'all sure? Because this is the one y'all kept asking me. Y'all kept trying to just go plug x plus 3y in. Where are you plugging it in? Because it doesn't say x equals or y equals. You got to get x equals or y equals before you plug in. Yes, ma'am. It doesn't matter because this isn't y equals mx plus b. We solved for x. That's a good question. Nope, does not matter. You could have put negative 3y minus 3 if you wanted, but this technically is not y equals mx plus b. So you could have written it just like this. All right, now what do y'all notice this says? X equals, where can I go put this negative 3 minus 3y? In for x, right here. Is everybody watching? So it says x equals, so I'm gonna go put it in for x. Say, you okay, babe? Okay, so y'all look, this is negative 2. What am I putting in for x? Good, negative 3 minus 3y. Then we had minus 6y equals 6. Are we okay? Okay, you just had to get something by itself first before you could plug it in. So now what do we do? Distribute. Go, what's negative 2 times negative 3? 6. Now look right here. What's negative 2 times negative 3y? Positive 6y minus 6y equals 6. Yes, luckily it's 4 and not 3. I'm glad you laughed at my joke. Is everybody looking? When you combine on the left, what can we combine? Okay, what is 6y minus 6y? No, it's not. If you have 6 y's and you take all 6 of them away, are there any y's left? No. We're taking a field trip back to Unit 1. They go away. Look at what's left. Does 6 equal 6? So what does this mean? Oh, what did you say? My boy said IMS. He is right. Infinitely many solutions. Everybody listen. Remember, if your letters cancel, we learned this all the way back in Unit 1. If your letters cancel and you're left with a true math statement like 5 equals 5 or 0 equals 0 or negative 2 equals negative 2, that means they'll touch everywhere. They're the same. No matter what number you put in, they're going to be touching. What if we were left with something like 0 equals 5? No what? No solution. If your variables cancel, remember, whatever's left, if it's true, it's many solutions. If it's false, it's no solution. Do y'all remember that from Unit 1? Are we sure? So this is actually easier because you're done. There's nothing to plug back in. Curtis told us it's many solutions. So in Delta Math, this would be one of the multiple choice ones where you would choose none, many, or one. Great question. So vocab practice, we're about to look at your vocab. So besides graphing or substitution, the third method is called elimination. Your synonym for elimination can also be Miss Poole's favorite because I like it. I think it's quick. All right, to use elimination, this is what my people at home need to write. So if you're at home, you're going to write elimination. And with elimination, we want to eliminate or cancel out one of the variables in the system. So we want to eliminate or cancel out one of the variables in the system. So elimination literally sounds like eliminate. You're going to try to cancel out one of the variables, okay? So once you do that, that's going to help you solve for the other variable. So again, like for the third time, Elimination is just another way to solve a system. If you hated substitution, you don't have to do it anymore. You can use elimination if you like that better. If you don't like elimination, I do want you to do it in the notes, but then when you get to the homework, if you'd rather do substitution, that's up to you. Okay? All right, steps for elimination. Step 1, my people at home, I'm going to make it shorter for y'all. You want to make sure your system is lined up vertically. What does vertically mean? There we go. I love how all y'all talking about some up and down, right? So we want to make sure X's are lined up with X's and Y's are lined up with Y's vertically. That's what lined up means. And choose the easiest variable to cancel. So if you're at home writing, I want you to write, make sure your system is lined up vertically and choose the easiest variable to cancel. You don't need to write the X's and Y's if you're at home. So everybody understands step 1 is going to be to line them up, right? If they're not already lined up, a lot of times they are, which is nice. Step 2 is to eliminate the variable you chose in step 1. So whichever one was easiest to eliminate, we're going to cross it out, okay? If no variables will cancel, do y'all see how it says if? That means if they won't. Sometimes they cancel on their own, okay? If they won't, you can try. Why does that look weird? Oh, here we go. You can try changing. It looks like a weird blank, dude. I was like, hang on, what word did she want here? You can try changing all of the signs in one equation, or you can try multiplying one equation by a factor that will make a variable cancel out. Do you have to do that every single time? No, it says if. So if it will not cancel, then you are going to try to change all the signs or multiply by a factor to make them cancel. Do we understand? People at home, you don't have to write that unless you want to, but what you do need to write is step 2, eliminate the variable you chose from step 1. Step 3 is easy. You're going to combine like terms and solve for the variable that is left. Again, I'm highlighting for my babies at home that may be writing. And if it's fast and you miss something, you know you can go back and catch it later, or you can take a picture. And then step 4, y'all okay? All right, step 4, you're gonna substitute the value you get from step 3 back into one of the equations that you started with. And then you're gonna solve this last equation for the other variable's value. Seems like a lot, but once I do a couple, I do think a lot of y'all are gonna like this one better. So my people at home, you're gonna substitute the value you get in step 3 back in and solve this last equation. Y'all can abbreviate. Then step 5, people at home, you don't have to write it because we should know this. We write our solution as a what? There we go. Was that Gwyneth? Extra credit, babe. Good job. As an ordered pair. Write your solution as an ordered pair. Rodney, you about to be excited, I think. I'm telling you this, I think this way is easier. Like, I know you're gonna like it because you're literally like me. You're gonna like it too. Amaya's gonna like it too. You will too, probably. All right. Any questions on the steps? I feel like a lot of y'all just need to see it, right? Like we need to see some examples. Okay, everybody look at number 1. Are X's lined up with X's? Are Y's lined up with Y's? Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Your first step, everybody make sure we're listening. There's nothing to write because you have your steps written, but I'm going to keep going over them every single time. Make sure they're lined up. That's a great question. I was hoping somebody would ask this. If they're not lined up, you will have to move them so they are. And I'm going to show you that on one of the ones on the back, okay? It's very easy to move them and line them up. So they're lined up. Do y'all see a pair that will cancel? Remember, cancel means they will completely go away. Positive 3y and negative 3y. Don't those just cancel? Do you even have to do step 2? No, they cancel on their own. So everybody watch. We're skipping right to step 3, which means we're going to combine like terms and solve. So everybody watch. Y'all just told me, I'm going to use pink so y'all can see what's happening. Y'all just told me if I combine these, that the y's will cancel out, right? All right, Curtis, you about to be excited. Cancel your y's. Oh, no. We're not multiplying, we're adding. So everybody look. Do y'all agree this is 1x plus negative 3x? What is 1 plus negative 3? Negative 2x equals, now y'all, what's 1 plus negative 15? Yes, it is. So what is x? Good. You divide by negative 2. Yes, I love this method. I told you. I don't lie to y'all. Usually Miss Poole likes the easier ways. I don't. Because they're on the, listen, because I knew some of you were going to get smart because y'all just got smart mouse. And it's okay because I have one too. So just listen. There was one on the exam in the fall that said what, given the equation, what would be step 2 in substitution. So you do have to know the process. Okay. I didn't teach it to you for no reason. X is 7. That was really easy, right? Now, where could you go put that to find y? No, not in Desmos. We're not using Desmos. This is by hand. This is on the non-calculator. Yeah, yo. Yes, either one of these. Put it back in one of the ones you started with. Okay? So listen. Everybody listen, because there's a lot of excitement, which is good. I never thought I'd see y'all so excited about systems. Hot dang. Listen. With elimination, we didn't pick one to start with. We put them together to cancel something. So it doesn't matter which one you go put it back into. I usually just do the top one, okay? So instead of an x, what am I putting in right here for x? So we've got 7, I hope you're still watching, plus 3y equals 1. And what do we need to do now? Yes, exactly. Yes, extra credit, both of you. Now you just got to solve for y. Oh, there we go. Cover the y. Curtis said subtract the 7. He's right. Shh. 3y. I think some of y'all forget I've got babies on Zoom I have to teach. They've got different signs, so we're going to subtract them. 7 minus 1 is 6, and 7 was bigger, so it's negative. And then how do you get the y by itself? Divide by 3. And y is negative 2. There we go. So what's your final answer? 7 comma negative 2. Very good. Good. I told you I had a feeling you might like this one better. People at home, how do y'all feel about it?
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, it's a little less work because the first step is easier. The second step is basically the same thing. You're right. It's just another way to solve a system. So if you don't like it, you can use substitution. So everybody, look, this is just like the one in the warm-up. If you wanted to use substitution, you would have to get the x by itself. Are we paying attention? Are you sure? Everybody, look. If you wanted to use substitution, you would just have to move the 3y over so this says x equals, and then you can plug it in for x. Okay? Shh, too much talking. Make sure everybody's with me. So let's look at number 2. Okay, listen. They are lined up. Do you see something that will cancel on its own? The 2y. So everybody look, let's go ahead and add them together. Negative 2y and positive 2y do cancel. What is 4 plus 8? 12x equals, well, be careful. Be careful. Say it again. The signs are the same. You add. So this is negative 24. You got to be careful. Watch them signs. I heard divide by 12. What's negative 24 divided by 12? Negative 2. I knew he would like this. All right, y'all, where do you go put the negative 2 now? In for the x. Doesn't matter which one we put it into, Sean. It doesn't. You'll get the same thing if you put it in either one. I'm going to put it in the top if that's okay with y'all. What, baby? Oh, you do keep the 4. Where are we putting the negative 2? In for the x. So you keep the 4. Negative 2 goes in for x. Then we had minus 2y equals negative 18. And now we're just solving for y. So remember, parentheses first. What is 4 times negative 2? Negative 8 minus 2y equals negative 18, right? What do you cover? The y, the negative 2y. What kind of 8 is that? A negative, so how do you move it? Positive. Very good. Pot it. Lord Jesus, talking is hard. Add it. I said pot it because I put positive with add. That made no sense. All right, listen. Different signs. So what do? Subtract. What does 18 take away 8?
Negative 10.
It's 10 and it is negative. Right? Okay, you looked confused. Okay, so how do we get y by itself? What do? Divide by negative 2. So what is y? Good.
5.
Positive 5. So do y'all agree this solution is negative 2, 5? So y'all listen, that's where the 2 lines would cross. You just found that without graphing. You like this? Good. Here's what I need you to remember on your test for my class. If it says solve by hand, you've got 3 ways you can do it. Graphing, substitution, or elimination. Do you think I care which one you use? No, I don't. Now, there is one on the test where I do make you graph it because you have to be able to graph lines on the exam. Like it'll be just like Delta Math. They'll have a graph and you have to plot points in the right spot, okay? But all the other ones, if it says solve by hand or solve algebraically, you can use substitution or elimination or graphing. Doesn't matter to me. Okay, talk to me later. All right, can I move on to example 3? People at home, are y'all good with 1 and 2?
Yup.
Okay, let's look at example 3 on the back, y'all. I don't think we'll need to do all of them. No, you need more than 1 more. I'm thinking 2 or 3 more because we haven't even done one. Listen, we haven't even done one where we have to do step 2 yet. So you're not ready to go on your own. Everybody look at number 3. Will anything cancel on its own? Y'all, 2y plus 2y is 4y. That does not cancel. I had to check them real quick, Amaya. They talking about some yes. It's okay. Pay attention to your signs. Those are both positive, so you would add them. They're not opposites, so they're not going to cancel. So this is where step 2 comes in. So I'm going to flip so y'all can see step 2. Y'all can keep yours on the back. Everybody look at step 2. If no variables will cancel out, you can try changing all of the signs or multiplying by a factor. So let me show you. 2 and 2, if they had different signs, would they cancel? So you don't need to multiply by nothing because they got the same number, right? We just need to make the signs different. So is everybody okay if I just go change all the signs in the bottom? Remember, you're allowed to do that as long as what you do to one thing, you do to everything. So I'm going to change this to a positive x. What am I going to change the 2y to? A negative, so that'll cancel. And what am I going to change the negative 10 to? A positive. As long as you change everything, then it's okay. Because what you did to one side of the equation, you did to everything on the other side. So it's still equal. So now, let me ask y'all a question. Will something cancel now? Yeah, what cancels? The 2y's. So I'm going to cancel these out. What is negative 5x plus 1x? Very good. Negative 4x. If you're about to say 6 still, the signs are different. So we subtract. 5 minus 1 is 4. We got to work on these signs, y'all. It's okay, but we got to work on it. So let's practice again. Negative 2 and positive 10. Those are different signs. So you subtract. What's 10 take away 2? 8. And the bigger one is 10 is bigger than 2, and it is positive. Good. So Shia, how would I get that x by itself, baby? Divide by negative 4. What's 8 divided by negative 4? Negative 2. Does everybody agree x is negative 2? No.
Okay.
They're not normally all 2. Normally you get all kinds of different numbers. It just happens that I guess I picked a bunch with 2. That is one of my favorite numbers. All right, where can you go put that x equals negative 2? Back in. Sean did some crazy kind of hand motion for putting it back. That boy said back in. Put it back in. Put it in for x. So I'm going to put negative 5. Then what am I putting in? Negative 2 plus 2y equals negative 2. And now we just got to solve, right? Are we okay? Okay. Parentheses first. What's negative 5 times negative 2? Good. Jay, you okay back there, babe? You got quiet. You like this way better? I thought so. What do we cover? The y. How do I move that 10? Good. Curtis, you weren't lying. So now I'm going to expect you to be this good every day. Same sign, so we add. What's 10 plus 2, y'all? There we go. Negative 12, right? So Chandler, what's y going to be? Only Chandler, not the rest of y'all that be acting crazy. Very good. Chandler said negative 6. Divide your 2. Y equals negative 6. So what's my final answer, Kiera? That. What's my final answer, girl? Very good. Negative 2, comma, negative 6. So listen. Are we listening? You had to change the signs to make them cancel, but that's okay as long as you change it on all of them, okay? It does not. When you plug it back in, no, remember when you plug in your X to find your Y, doesn't matter where you put it, okay? Hang on, I can't hear you. Go ahead. You can change all the signs in any equation when you're trying to cancel something out. Yes. Yep, good question. All right, let's move on to 4, my children. Everybody look. What's different about number 4? Good, listen. Nothing will cancel. Everybody look. 3 and 5, that does not cancel. 8 and 1 does not cancel. So again, this is where your step 2 comes in. So us changing the signs, is that going to make anything cancel? No, because none of the numbers are the same. So this is where in step 2, where you see this big or right here, we're going to have to multiply by a factor. So everybody look, you're not multiplying both equations. Some teachers teach that, and that is just, it's difficult and it's also extra work. I'm not showing you that. You don't need to multiply both, okay? So like 3 and 5, there's nothing I can multiply 3 by to turn it into a 5, is there? No, and there's nothing you can multiply 5 by to turn it into a 3, right? So are the x's gonna be able to cancel? No. take a look at your y's. Very good, Shy. Everybody look, this y is an understood 1. Can you multiply 1 by something to change it into an 8? Yeah, what do you
Yup.
multiply by?
8.
Yes, so everybody look, we're going to multiply the whole bottom by 8. Everything, listen to me, everything has to multiply by 8. Every single number in that bottom multiplies by 8. So look, I'm going to rewrite them. I'm going to reline them up. We've got negative 3x minus 8y equals 20. And then we're going to write what the new one is underneath it because they got to stay lined up. So what is negative 5 times 8? Good, negative 40x. What is 1 times 8? So this is positive 8y, which is good because those look like they'll cancel, right? All right. Now, I don't know what 19 times 8 is, and y'all stay putting stuff in a calculator. I'm going to let you answer in a second. I'm going to refresh your memory and make sure we know how to multiply. What's 9 times 8? 72, and you carry the 7, right? What's 1 times 8? What's 8 plus 7? It's okay. 15. You told me the right answer earlier, so I'm good. That's 152. Looks like we're going to get some big numbers, but that's okay. I mean, we should get big numbers. We had to multiply by 8. So that makes sense. Now, the good news is, first of all, does anybody have questions about me multiplying by 8? This is as hard as it will get if you got to multiply by something. So now that I multiplied, y'all told me the y's would cancel, right? All right, so let's combine. Tell me what's left. It would Shy negative 43x. What will it equal? 172. It is a big number. How do you get x by itself? Divide by negative 43. Now, y'all look, we got to figure out how many times 43 will go into 172. Don't blurt it out. Who said hold on? Are we okay? Okay. Was I going too fast? Oh, well, I don't want you to figure it out. I'm going to show you because some people aren't great at mental math, so I'm going to help them out. I'm going to see how many times I need to add 43 together to make 172. Don't type it in your calculator. Listen, I'm going to roast y'all for a second. If you type this in your calculator, you're defeating the whole purpose. Where do they put these problems on the EOC? The non-calculator. If they let you use a calculator and you're doing elimination, I'm going to be pissed off because you can go put it in Desmos. What a waste of time. Don't waste your time. I'm showing you this because it's going to be on the non-calculator. So everybody look, 43 plus 43, do y'all agree that's 86? That's not 172, so let's add a third 43. That'd be 129, right? That's not 172, so let's add a fourth 43. Y'all look, what's 9 plus 3? 12, carry the 1. 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 1 is 172. So how many 43s was it? 4. And what kind of 4 should it be? There you go. It will. You should not get fractions and decimals when you're doing elimination. You should get whole numbers. Don't thank me. Thank whoever invented it. Oh, Bob. All right. Where do you go put the negative 4 now? Back in. It doesn't matter which one. You pick one, you put it back in. Are y'all okay if I skip the putting it back in part? Because I feel like y'all are okay with that. Okay, well, you go ahead and plug it back in. I'm not going to. Because I want to set up one more with y'all. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, the X's can also cancel. It just so happens it's been Y on all of these, doesn't it? Okay. If you look at number 6, y'all, you can make the X's cancel here. What can we multiply? Let's look at number 6. Go ahead and jump to 6. I'm not doing number 6 all the way because I think the part y'all just need help with is the multiplying, right? Yes? Let me set up number 6. Let me set up number 6. Is everybody good? Let me set up number 6. You're fine. I will make sure y'all are good with the multiplying because you got to do this on a couple on your homework. What's understood in front of this X? A 1. Now look, nothing will cancel, but what can we multiply this bottom one by to make it cancel with the 3? A 3. Ooh. I want to cancel the X's. They asked about the X's. This is why I told y'all to listen. We're going to cancel the X's because sometimes the X's are what cancels first. So if I multiply this whole thing by 3, I'm going to rewrite it down here. I hope we're watching. This is what some of y'all did yesterday. You quit paying attention halfway through and then, I couldn't do my work. I didn't understand it. Ooh, good. Hang on though. Don't jump ahead of me. So I'm multiplying everything by 3, y'all. Do y'all agree that's 3x? Do you all agree that's 9y? What's 3 times 5? 15. Now I want everybody to look at this. Everybody, look. Will the X's cancel yet? No, they won't. A positive 3x and a positive 3x makes 6x. They don't cancel yet. So what do?
Change all the signs.
Yes. Good. Okay, so y'all would be good with one like this, right? Okay, I'm not going to keep going then. This is the hard part, figuring out how can I make them cancel. Are y'all okay? Tay doesn't like it when I start a problem and don't finish it. I can tell it bothers you. It's okay. We'll go back. You can finish it and we'll go back. I want to make sure I show you one like every type and give you time to start your homework. Okay? I like to honor y'all's time. Look at number 7. There is one like this on your test. So I want you to look really good. There's 2 ways you could do number 7. I'm going to show you the first way. Put your pencils down because I don't want you doing it this way because y'all don't like substitution. So don't do it. If you like substitution, this is what you would do. To get y by itself, you would divide the -1, right? Yes? I hope y'all know to get y by itself, that's the understood -1, you would divide it. So then when you get y equals whatever it equals, you would go plug that in for the y. What? Why are y'all making a face like we didn't do substitution for a whole day yesterday? They all sitting here like, Rodney won't. If you like substitution, that's what you will do. I can already tell by their squinting that they ain't going to do that because bless them, they don't even know what I'm talking about. That's kind of scary. Anyways, my elimination babies, since y'all like elimination so much, what's the issue with this one? It's not lined up. What do you need to move so that it will be lined up? Not the y's. Let me go ahead. I'm going to make fun of y'all really quick. Everybody look, you can't change your answer. You don't already say. If you move the y's, there's nothing on this side. You crazies. The x's and the y's need to be on the left. No, stop. Listen, y'all are not.
Minus 2x.
Listen, good, but listen, because they're not focused. You're not trying to change any signs. They're not lined up yet. Are x's with x's. So off the bat, I don't know why y'all are saying change the signs or multiply. They're not lined up. Y'all skipping step 1 and trying to go to 2 and 3. Pay attention. We need to get the x's lined up. The y's are already on the left of the equal sign. Look at your equal signs. The y's are already on the left. We're not moving no y's. What do you need to move over to the left side? The x's in this first one, they're on the right, and they need to be on the left to match up with the bottom one, right? Okay, everybody look at me. How do you move a positive 2x over? Yes, you subtract it. So everybody look, we're going to subtract that 2x to go over on the left. Yes, you are. Now you are writing. I didn't want you writing the substitution. Y'all wouldn't have known what you were writing anyways, the way you were squinting. Crazies. All right, y'all look. Do y'all agree this is now negative 2x minus y equals negative 9? Are we sure we understand that? Because there's one on the test where you're going to have to move them if you want to cancel them out. So you've got to move the 2x for the 4th time. I'm going to say it again because some of y'all, it's just not clicking. You're going to have to move the 2x over to the left side of the equal bar because the x's are on the left over here. Skylar, are you listening? Because you just said no. I feel like you're not paying attention. You got to move them to the left to line up with these. They're very good. Okay, we don't need to do anything in the second one. I can bring it over. Will anything cancel? Not on its own. Very good. Now, before somebody says we can cancel the x's, is there anything you can multiply 2 by to turn it into 5? That's not going to work. So what are we going to have to cancel? The y's. Does everybody agree? Tay, you with me, baby? You distracted me. We're going to have to cancel the y's. Now look, what's understood in front of this top y? A 1. So Sean, what can I multiply that whole thing by to cancel with those 2 y's in the bottom? 2. Does everybody agree if you multiply 1 by 2, you get 2? Tyree, ask a question if you got it, baby. You okay? Okay. Shia, you good, babe? All right, y'all. So I'm going to multiply everything by 2. How many x's are there now? Negative 4x. Negative 2 times 2. How many y's are there now? Negative 2, I think is what y'all meant. Okay. Don't be saying wrong stuff. What's negative 9 times 2? There we go, negative 18. And we don't need to do anything to the bottom, right? So I'm going to bring it over. 5x minus 2y equals 18. Yes, we do. Extra credit. Everybody look. The 2y's still won't cancel because they got the same sign. For them to cancel out, the signs have to be different. So everybody listen to what I'm about to say. It does not matter where you change the signs. Which one do y'all want me to change them in? The bottom one? Okay. So instead of a 5x positive, this is going to become negative. Instead of a negative 2y, this one's going to be positive. And instead of a positive 18, this is going to be negative. And now we can combine them because these will cancel. Y'all okay? Are we sure? I feel like I lost some of you. My online babies, y'all okay?
Yeah, but can you multiply the y by 2.5 and like make it equal?
Oh, don't multiply by decimal. You're going to make it harder. You never want to multiply by decimal. That's a great question. They weren't listening, so they ain't going to understand. I wish I had $1 for every time I said they weren't listening or paying attention. The signs are the same. Do y'all agree that would be negative 9x and negative 36? Same signs you add. 18 plus 18 is 36. 4 plus 5 is 9, and they're both negative. So what would x be when we divide by negative 9? Yes, x equals positive 4. Now, Tay, where do we go put that? In the beginning, right? Yes, everybody listen. You're going to go put that back in the beginning, not when you started multiplying and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Does everybody have down where x is 4 so I can slide and put it back in? Okay, I'll put it back up here in a second if you do not. I'm going to go ahead and keep going for my people that are ready. So I'm going to go put 4 in for this x in the very beginning, not when you started moving stuff and multiplying, back in the beginning. So this says negative y equals 2 times 4 minus 9, right? All right. What do we do first? Parentheses. Parentheses. What's 2 times 4? 8. And I do like what Skyla said. She said that's negative 1y equals 8 minus 9. What's 8 minus 9? What kind of 1? Thank you. Negative 1. So negative 1y equals negative 1. How do you solve for y? Divide by negative 1. Very good. So y would just be 1. So your final answer would be 4, 1. You did good. I'm going to go shorten your homework, so don't ask me any questions till I can homework shorten. You can go to the bathroom. I knew you were going to ask. My people at home, do y'all have any questions before I go shorten the homework?
Nah, I just like substitution better.
If you like substitution, baby, you use substitution. I don't care which one you use, but you have to use one or the other if it says solve by hand.